Hello everyone! Welcome to another bullet journal setup with me. I know this is already old news, but seeing such a hype on the live-action Lilo and Stitch makes me really want to rewatch the original Lilo and Stitch. I wasn't born yet when it first came out in theaters, so I missed the opportunity to watch it on the big screen. Which is so sad because Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. Look at how beautiful these drawings are. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Today I'm making the original animated version the theme of my August bullet journal, and it's making me miss Hawaii more than anything. The title page needs to be big, so I drew Lilo, Stitch, and Nani, my favorite characters together with a big ocean wave behind them. This is such a dream. I love the idea of surfing so much, but unfortunately I don't know how to surf. I took one group class once, and I almost broke my hand. It took me almost 2 years to completely heal. Maybe some other day I'll return to Hawaii and restart my surfing training. I'm using acrylic markers to give them a flat color. This works perfectly because the original picture is mostly flat color. Also, I'm so sorry that I completely butchered Nani's face. I was way too confident, so I didn't really do a very detailed sketch before I went into line art. Bad idea. Always, I repeat, always make sure that you have a super solid pencil drawing before going into line art, especially on paper with no undo buttons. The water proved to be the most challenging of it all. I had a hard time blending the darker and the lighter blues, and leaving the water splashes white requires a lot of patience and precision. I'm changing my layout for this monthly setup just a bit. I used to have monthly goals and appreciations page right next to my title page for years. But last month I experimented with this, a line a day thing to summarize my whole month, and I loved it. You can see what happened at a glance. So this month I'm putting this front and center, right next to my title. And it also acts as a monthly reflection page, which I see a lot of people do. Then we're onto the calendar page. I always like to have my calendar big and blank because that's where I do a lot of the planning. My friend gave me these super awesome dot stickers. I'm using them to give my overall super bland looking calendar some color. Then is the title. Keeping the water/surfing theme in mind, I use the same technique to draw a big and vibrant splash on the top there. The same friend gifted me this calendar stamp, and I've been using it along with my weekly spreads to give myself a glance of the entire month, even in the weekly planning stage. One thing you should know about these stamps is that they are kinda hard to use. You have to press with the just right amount of pressure for it to work. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with either a super faint calendar or a blot of ink. One tip to making the perfect stamp is to make sure the surface is leveled. I had to put some padding behind the journal for that. Then we're onto the budget and goals page. I decided to draw a smug Lilo here because who wouldn't love a smug Lilo? She's the cutest kid. One of the problems I ran into was a balance of pre-planning with pencil versus just winging it with markers. Since I can't erase my pencil marks after I trace it with markers, I had to erase everything before I trace. But what's the point of planning with pencils if I can't see what I planned? I compromised by leaving the corners visible. You can still see the corner markings in pencil at the end, but it's better than seeing the entire thing, I guess. If you have a better workflow, please let me know. Finally, we're on the weeks page. I'm using the same dot stickers, but bigger for the dates. I also slightly adjusted my weeks pages from last month because I found myself running out of space to write on my busy days. And this is the end. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I wish you a wonderful August with friends and family. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next video. Bye!